Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with the Twang podcast. I'm your host, Ben Blackman, and today we're talking about Facebook Ads retargeting strategy number 3, going from Facebook Live to Facebook Sold. Here comes episode 36. Facebook Ads with the Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Welcome everybody to episode 36. I'm talking today about retargeting strategy number 3 and going from Facebook Live to Facebook Sold. And before I get started on this, and by the way, you don't actually have to use Facebook Live for this strategy. I just thought that was kind of a catchy title. You can use any video ad that you have, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. Before I get started today, the episode should be published on Thanksgiving Day, and here in the U.S. And I just wanted to tell you a couple things that I'm really thankful for, and obviously I'm thankful for my family and those kinds of things, but I wanted to say how thankful I am for you guys for listening to this podcast, for really making this podcast. I had no idea we were going to get to this many downloads in this shorter period of time. It just blows me away, and so I really appreciate it because I know how valuable your time is, and the mere fact you're willing to take a few minutes out of your day to listen to me is unbelievable. So I'm really trying to deliver massive value for you. And I have some exciting stuff coming up for the new year too, so I'm looking forward to that. Some specials and stuff. Those episodes will be a little bit longer than the 10 minutes that you're used to, though. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is I wanted to give a real big shout out to all the veterans out there. I can't say thank you enough. I just it blows me away. I just have no idea what it takes to be the kind of person that's just willing to step up and say, hey, yes, I want to do this. This is important to me. It's amazing. I used to vacation, I still do actually, near Parris Island, South Carolina, and I would see the Marines and stuff out there, and I was just like, wow, it's just amazing. Anyway, I am so grateful for all branches of service, and when my oldest son and I, when we're out and we see somebody in their military uniform or something, we really try to go up and say, hey, thank you so much. So if you are a veteran and you need some help with your Facebook ads, or you just need me to point you in the right direction on your marketing or something, please don't hesitate to reach out. Glad to do it for you. So you do so much for us. All right, let's jump on into retargeting. And I'm going to recap real quick what retargeting is in case you haven't listened to the other episodes. So retargeting simply means to show ads. And by the way, if my voice is cracking like I'm a teenager, it's because I've been real sick. So retargeting is just showing ads to people who already know you. Like, for example, people who are on your email list. They already know who you are, so you're going to create an ad and send and show the ad in Facebook to people who are on your email list, or people who like your Facebook page, or people who've watched a video that you've made. And so that's kind of what we're going to focus on, are the videos. And so if you're doing any kind of Facebook Live strategy right now, then we're going to be using those videos. If you're thinking about starting a Facebook Live Facebook Live strategy, you can check out episode 32. I talk about how to create a good, successful Facebook Live retargeting strategy or Facebook Live strategy. It's really powerful. Check that out. It'll be in the link will be in the show notes to this episode here. The other way is if you're not going to do Facebook Live, is you can create and run a Facebook video ad. Now that video needs to be about 3 to 5 minutes of pure content. You're not trying to sell them on something. You're not trying to get them to do anything or pay you anything at that point. That's not the point of the ad. It's just to give them pure content that they're going, wow. They walk away thinking, wow, that was cool. Wow, he should have charged for that. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a retargeting audience of everyone who's watched at least 50% of that video in the last 14 days. Now, it could be, just so you know, it could be your Facebook Live videos, right? Anybody who's watched any of your Facebook Live videos in the past 14 days. But whatever it is, we want people who've watched at least 50% and in the last 14 days. And there's two reasons for the 50%. Well, The reason for 50% is anybody who's watched that much, they're interested. Even if they couldn't make it all the way through, they are interested. They're worth going back after. Now, you have to test that. It might be good to, people who've watched only 25%, but we're going to start out with 50% because they're going to be more highly qualified. And we want to do it in the last 14 days. We don't want people who've watched it 2 months ago because they've forgotten who we are. But in the last 14 days, they will have remembered who you are in that video. And so we're going to create a retargeting audience. Now, just bear in mind, I have created a video that's in the show notes here about how to create this retargeting audience, okay, and how to set it up. So I'll link to that in the show notes. Now, one thing is you can add other audience in here as well, even if you're not running other promotions. As long as you're not running other promotions to them. So, for example, say you want to retarget people who visited your website in the last 14 days, you can add them into this as well, as long as you're not running any other ads to them or doing any other promotions to them, like in your email and so forth. You just don't want to bombard them with promotions here and there and everywhere that are all different. Okay, you want to make them all the same so they have one, focus. And so what we're going to do, the type of ad we're going to run is an introduction or product reminder ad for a specific product or service. So whatever product or service you're going to be promoting, you're going to run an ad just introducing them to that or reminding them that it's available. And so that'll be a simple, you can do a video ad or it can be a simple image ad, doesn't matter. You can do either one, and you'll run that and just allow that to just keep running. And so you can set these two ads up at the same time. In other words, you can set up your Facebook video ad of the content and then set up your retargeting ad at the same time. In fact, you want to do that. Okay. Now, the third part to this, and this is really the key part, is you're going to create another audience, okay, retargeting audience of people who've watched at least 50% of the original video and they have watched it in the last 30 days. Okay, so the same as we did before, but now we're going to say instead of 14 days, we're going to say 30 days. But then we're going to exclude the people who watched it in the first 14 days. So we really only want people to see this ad that have not purchased, and the people who have seen it in the last 15 to 30 days. So they've seen the video, they've seen the first retargeting ad that we have, and then they're going to see a separate retargeting ad from days 15 to day 30. And so that second ad, what it's going to do is we're going to run a new ad for the same product or service. But this time we're going to do it with a discount, actually, or even a bigger discount if we were offering a discount before, because we're really trying to figure out, hey, what's going to make this work? What's going to make this profitable? Okay, so that's all there really is to it. There's really 3 basic steps to that. Okay, I'm just going to recap that real quick. First, you have a video ad and you run ads to it, pure content, 3 to 5 minutes. You create a retargeting audience based on, you're actually going to create 2 retargeting audiences. The first retargeting audience is everybody who's watched at least 50% of that original ad in the last 14 days, and then everybody who's watched at least 50% of that same video in the last 30 days. The people who've watched it in the last 14, they're going to get an ad for an introduction or reminder of your product or service. The people who've watched it between days 15 and days 30 are gonna have a new and different ad, but we're gonna have a big discount there. And so we're gonna try to figure out which. Now, one thing to note is these ads and this product or service should not be more than a couple $100. You're probably going to have a tough time selling it if it is. In fact, it probably should be under $100 if possible. Now, if you're selling high ticket services that or products, either one, that's okay, but you're just not probably going to want to promote those in these particular ads. What you'll be doing instead is doing a lower offer and then upselling them after they've purchased the lower offer. So I hope all that made sense. There was a lot there, and again, there's going to be a video in the show notes under onefocusmarketing.com/episode 36. That's all one word, episode 36, and I'm going to show you how to set it up and implement it. If you need additional help, join my closed Facebook group, Funnel Strategies for Facebook, and I'll be glad to answer any questions over there. I know I covered a lot on this, so you may want to listen to it again, and definitely check out the videos. If not, I will talk to you guys on the next episode. Thanks so much.